you for inviting me to this section. And here, the subject that we are going to do is drinking water quality issues and solutions. My attempt is to give you some input into the domestic water quality issues and also some remedial measures, which I hope it can be usable for people, usable for many people, and that's in that way it is oriented. As all of you are aware, water is the second primary requisite for sustenance of life on earth. First is air, that everybody knows. It is a national obligation in all countries to provide safe and pure water to the people. Everywhere, it is a national obligation to provide safe and pure water to the people. For that, every country is spending a lot of money and a lot of people are engaged. Lot of research is also going on all over the world, and a huge number of people are working in water sector and earn their living. All those issues. Lot of research is also going on. But shortage and pollution of water are serious issues all over the world. In spite of all these things, in almost all the countries, we are facing water problems. You are aware that the basic source of water is hydrogeology cycle. That is a rainfall. I am not going to explain anything on this because since everybody is familiar with it, I am giving a different perspective of hydrogeology cycle. Is it any audibility problem?
No, sir. Continue. Audible problem.
Okay. Role of hydrogeology cycle in providing safe water to the people. This is a different perspective. Actually, it is not a mere circulating system. Generally, we study it as evaporating water from the surface of the earth. We are getting it as rainfall. That is our basic perspective. But I am giving a different perspective that it is not mere a circulating system, but an efficient water treatment and distribution system for the entire world. I hope it is easy to understand. Whatever water is evaporated from the surface of the sea and by transpiration, it is being distributed all over the world. It it's a pure purification. What we are getting as rainfall is pure water, whereas what we have in sea is having a lot of salts. It purifies about 6 lakhs cubic kilometers of water per year and distributes for the complete world through aquifers. As you are aware, during the rainy season, we are getting rainfall, and the rainfall is stored in the aquifers that we are consuming during the summer season. So most of the water evaporate from the surface of the sea. Process of quite known. You can assume that even though the seawater is fully salt, we are having a lot of salt, what we are getting is fully deprived of any salt presence. This is the aquifers. You are aware that we are storing this water in the aquifer. The nature storing the water in the aquifers. And finally, I like to say that hydrogeology cycle is one of the most prominent process, and without which existence of life on Earth is possible. It's a very, very important aspect. If there is no the water content in the world, it cannot survive. There will not be any life in the Earth. That is invariably a gift of the nature. We can just consider that it is a gift of the nature. I request all of you to be familiar with this, because throughout the presentation we need this slide and the contents. Here you can see that when the rainfall reaches the surface of the earth, there is lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere due to the action of bacteria. And that carbon dioxide and carbonic acid is formed. When it is percolating down, that carbonic acid is reacting with the calcium carbonate in the crust of the earth, and the calcium bicarbonate is formed. In the top layer, calcium bicarbonate is formed. In the second layer also, same activity takes place, but in a lesser extent. There also we can see that carbon dioxide is there, and calcium carbonate, carbonic acid, calcium bicarbonate. When it goes still below the chemical reaction, there also same reaction space, calcium carbonic acid gives calcium bicarbonate. And from this figure, you will be able to understand that contains lot of calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. Initially, it is acidic because of the percent carbonic acid acidic, but as it percolates down, it is being consumed. The pH will be more, and the hardness will be more, and all of the minerals dissolved from the earth will be more. But in the surface of the water, it will be less. I invite all of you for attention for this. We will be discussing on this again. This is a simple definition for pure water. Pure water should be clear. No color, no smell. Absence of harmful microorganisms. Absence of harmful chemicals. Should contain the essential chemicals. Should not be corrosive. Should not be staining. This is the basic definition of pure water. And based on this, we have water by various organizations. This is the BIS standard. What we intend is the water should satisfy all the conditions. Then only it will be having the quality as this. I'm not going deep in. I hope you are aware about this. So I'm not going for deep issues that we face all over the world is shortage and pollution. This is a scenario in many parts of the country and many parts of the world where people are waiting for water. This is a scenario. Here you can see that lot of people are walking long distance for getting water. Some of the pollute. People are supplying water lorries and a similar type of water. Oh,
Hello. Sir, video on the off ചെറിയൊരു ബ്രേക്ക് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. വീഡിയോ ഒന്ന് ഓഫ് ചെയ്തിടോ. വീഡിയോ ഓഫ് ആക്കിക്കോളൂ. ബ്രേക്ക് ഇടയ്ക്കൊന്ന് ബ്രേക്ക് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പൊ കമ്പാരിറ്റീവ്ലി ബെറ്റർ ആണ് സാറ്. ഇയർഫോൺ ഉണ്ടോ സാറ്? ഇയർഫോൺ ഉണ്ടോ?
ഇയർഫോൺ എന്റെ ഇല്ല കേട്ടോ. ഞാൻ വേറെ നെറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, അത് വെച്ച് നോക്കണോ?
വേണ്ട വേണ്ട, ഓഡിബിൾ ആണ് സർ.
കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ?
യെസ് സർ.
ഓക്കെ. This is something called livestock. Livestock is not reached them by only people. And inside the pipe there are some metals for purifying the water. And this is being used in many parts of the world. What is water pollution? Any chemical, bio, water quality that has a harmful effect on living organisms or makes water unsuitable for desired use. As I told you, water pollution is very much predominant everywhere, and people are suffering because water pollution. These are also polluting sources. So many polluting sources are there. And because of the pollution, the quality of the water will change. Because quality of water will change, the physical changes will be there. Changes in the physical quality of water, such as color, taste, turbidity, or etc. Physical quality will be changing, and the chemical quality will be changing in chemical characters such as hardness, fluoride, chloride, nitrate, arsenic, iron, etc. അനിത ഇപ്പൊ കേൾക്കാൻ പ്രശ്നമുണ്ടോ? അനിത കേൾക്കാൻ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടോ?
No sir, continue.
Also biological changes such as presence of bacteria, virus, protozoa or similar organism. and also heavy metals and pesticides. All those things will be coming in the water. So the water quality parameters are divided based on this. Water quality parameters means physical parameters, chemical parameters, biological changes, heavy metals, everything is there. And this is the general scenario of water. This I have taken from a presentation from a slide. Every 8 seconds, a child dies from a water-related disease. 1.8 million children die each year from diarrhea. 4,900 deaths each day. For children under age 5, water-related diseases are the leading cause of death. At any time, half of the world's hospital beds are occupied by patients suffering from water-related disease. India loses 90 million days a year due to waterborne diseases, costing rupees 6 million in production losses and treatment. So after economic calculation, what they say is that every rupee invested in water and sanitation is an average of 6.80 rupees 6.80 in returns. But why we are telling like that is, if you are spending money on water treatment and water sanitation, you are able to save a lot of money. That is at the rate of, for every 1 day, 1 rupee we spend, we are able to earn rupees 6.80 as returns. Then now we can see that some critical water quality issues that is causing problem. Here I like to say that some of the water quality issues are apparent. Apparent means that can be sensed by our sense organ. For example, these 4 are not in that category. Microbial pollution generally tested for coliform. Coliform presence cannot be identified by our sense organs. Fluoride cannot be identified by our sense organs. Nitrate, that also cannot be identified. Arsenic also cannot be identified. All these 4 are serious water quality issues. This you are familiar with, the waterborne diseases, the various diseases caused by waterborne diseases, water wash diseases, water-based diseases, water-related insect vector diseases. These all of you are familiar, I think. Then next is fluoride. Fluoride presence is very much serious in many parts of our country. Because of the continued consumption of fluoride in water, fluorosis is caused. This is dental fluorosis, skeletal fluorosis, non-skeletal fluorosis. 3 types of fluorosis: dental, skeletal, non-skeletal. Here you can see that the teeth of this child is having an yellow color. This is a mild form of fluoride attack. So this is a mild form. Here it is a skeletal. It is affecting the skeleton, and you can understand it from his shape. This is a non-skeletal. There is no problem for the bone, but they are appearing to be very, very weak. Then in our country, mainly Rajasthan, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh are very much affected. In Kerala also, Alappuzha and Palakkad districts are affected by fluoride. Then nitrate. If nitrate is present, nitrate as such is not harmful, but it dissociates from nitrate and oxygen. Then nitrate combined with hemoglobin in blood and forms methemoglobin, which reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of blood. If you are consuming water containing nitrate, there is possibility for this problem. An infant will be having blue color. When a child is born, it will be having a blue color. And normally, such a child may not survive, which is popularly known as blue baby syndrome, that disease. So you can see that the lady is very white, but the child is blue. And this is a typical case. Even for grown-up people, the same problem can be there, but he will also become weak, but he may not die. Then arsenic is also another serious issue. You can see that the palm you can see, the hand you can see. Such type of issues will be coming in the arsenic due to arsenic, and it can cause serious issues, more serious issues. In India, some places, West Bengal, especially in Kerala, Maharashtra, Kashmir, Uttaranchal, some area is only exception. On all the other areas, arsenic issues are there. Then we are going to the domestic water quality issues. As I told you earlier, my purpose of this class is to make you familiar with the domestic water quality issues, so that you will be able to, and I will be discussing the various remedial measures. I hope this will give you some benefit, because when you are facing some water quality problems, you will be able to solve it. Anida, കേൾക്കാൻ പ്രശ്നമുണ്ടോ അനിത?
Sir, no sir.
അനിത, clear അല്ലേ?
Continue sir. Yes, audible sir.
Domestic water quality issues are presence of bacteria. We do the test for bacteria that indicate organism. And generally, you might have seen in newspapers, coliform is more in some area. That means coliform is only an indicator organism. Variation pH value, low pH and high pH. I have shown you one picture in the beginning. When we are collecting water from the borewell or deep sources, we will be getting high pH water. And when we are collecting water from the near the shallow water sources, we will be getting low pH. Excess iron, excess turbidity, excess fluoride, excess chloride, pollution due to organic matter, excess hardness, arsenic excess, growth of algae. These are the commonly seen water quality issues. We are discussing mainly on this. The reason is that I hope within the short time you will be getting some input. Then coliform, presence of coliform. Presence of coliform is a group of bacteria present in the human excreta. Human excreta ഒരു bacteria and coliform. It is selected as an indicator organism. What we assume that if coliform is present, we assume that the water is contaminated with the human excreta. It comprises of 10% of all the bacteria in the human excreta. It's about 10% of the bacteria in the human excreta. In water analysis, it is used as an indicator of presence of human excreta in water. What we normally assume is that when a water is having a presence of coliform, we normally assume that it is contaminated with human excreta. Coliform present in more than 80% of water sources. The issue is that in more than 80% of our water sources, coliform is present. This is the shape of the coliform. Then reason for selecting coliform as an indicator. Coliform is selected just as an indicator. A person may be having cholera, but normally in a normal laboratory, we do not go for analysis of cholera because analysis of cholera is dangerous. Reason is that if there is any escape, it can create trouble. So coliform is not having any such issue. So when we analyze and understood that coliform is present, we can presume that water is contaminated with human excreta. Then we can go for remedial measure. Out of all the bacteria in human excreta, it is a long-lived. It is a long-lived. The reason for selection is that it's a long-lived, and the analysis is simple. In all the small laboratories and even small kits are there, the analysis can be done easily, and the reason is that. But coliform presence is regarded as a poor water quality. Then limitation of coliform as an indicator. In addition to human being, it is present in the excreta of all the hot blood animals. It will be present in the excreta of dog because all are hot blood animals. Dog, cat, everything. A strict indicator should not reproduce after discharging into the surface of the air, but in favorable condition, coliform reproduce. Strictly speaking, the coliform should not multiply after reaching the earth. But coliform is having such a character that it can multiply. Treatment of coliform is effective disinfection. The simple treatment that we can adopt is disinfection. Whenever we are consuming water, we have to see that we have to use some disinfection method, chlorination, UV ray, etc. Then deviation pH value. I have shown you this figure. Again, I will show this figure. This is the chemical process. CO2 in the surface. Carbonic acid is formed. Calcium carbonate reacts bicarbonate is formed. There is a transition takes place. Acidity becomes alkaline. Acidity goes below. That process is going on. So here, what we can easily assume is that low pH will be in the top of the sample, top of the surface. The top of the surface, low pH will be there. And on analysis, it is confirmed that about 60% of the well water samples are having low pH. The pH limit for pH is 6.5 minimum. It will be less than 6.5 in more than 60% of the well water samples. Generally, in study was conducted in our state. High pH occurs in limited places. Only in limited places, only high pH occurs. Low pH imparts sour taste and corrosive nature. Low pH means corrosive nature. Carbon dioxide, that's already explained. This is the apparent effect. Low pH means sour taste for the water. Sour taste is due to acidity of the water. High pH, alkaline taste for the water, sour taste is okay. So again this picture. Then water quality variation. The thing is that, as I have explained mainly about the pH, when we are collecting water from the bottom of the earth, it will be containing so many other things because of the dissolution of the various minerals while the water is percolating from the top to bottom. All other minerals will be more in. You can assume that when you are collecting water from a borewell and when you are collecting water from the surface well, open well, the quality will be entirely different. The borewell water will be having more pH, more dissolved minerals, and like that. Treatment for low pH. Low pH can be increased by adding any suitable alkaline substances. By adding any suitable alkaline substances, pH can be increased. Commonly used are lime. The most commonly used are lime is used for increasing the pH. High pH can be reduced by adding acidic substances. Normally, high pH issue is not that much serious, but lime is generally used in all treatment methods for increasing the pH. When you are adding bleaching powder, also pH will increase because bleaching powder is a derivation of lime. Presence of excess iron. Iron presence is the most disturbing water quality problem. Iron constitutes approximately 6% of the earth crust. Mainly the iron is coming from the crust of the earth. 6% is, if you take the earth, soil and analyze, 6% is iron. 3% is insoluble. Iron is in two forms, Fe2 plus form and Fe3 plus form. Approximately 3% is soluble in Fe2 plus form and the rest is Fe3 plus form. Fe2 plus is the soluble form and Fe3 plus is the suspended form. While rainwater is percolated through the earth, Fe2 plus dissolved in the water. That's the reason why iron will be more in borewells. Organic pollution of water increases the presence of iron since some bacteria use Fe3 plus as an electron acceptor. When organic matter is present in water, growth of bacteria will take place. Some bacteria will use the Fe3 plus as an electron acceptor. When one electron is accepted, Fe3 plus will be converted as Fe2 plus, and thereby the iron presence will be more increased. These are the apparent effects. Iron is the most disturbing water quality issue. Many of you may be familiar in your houses. Iron first apparent effect is change in color when exposed to atmosphere. When it normally during the percolation of water through the earth, Fe2 plus gets dissolved into the water. When it is pumped to the top, there's a reaction take place, Fe2 plus O2 plus H2. This reaction takes place. When there is a contact with oxygen, this reaction takes place and FeOH3 is formed. FeOH3 is formed means Fe2 plus is converted as Fe3 plus. And this is one of the people may say, when after taking the water from the well, the color is changing. Sometimes some people may complain. Some people like to say that when we take the water from the borewell and keeping it for some time, the color changes. The excess requirement of milk to prepare tea of required fiber. Whenever we are preparing tea, we want that the tea should be fine. But the thing is that when you are preparing tea with the iron-containing water, the taste will be different and the color will be different and it will not be having the required quality. The reason is that tannin is a chemical in tea. Iron plus tannin gives black color. That results into poor quality of tea. This I have experience because I have all this experience with this type of water quality issues. That happens when people drill a new borewell, they are preparing tea from that water, then people will complain that the tea is not good. Iron, staining in vessels. Iron is having such a character. Wherever it is in contact, there will be color change. Sometimes when you are using iron-containing water in bathrooms, the floor will be having a different color. That process is called oxidation. This process is called oxidation, and this is because of this oxidation. Deposition of mud after the water is boiled for some time. When the water is boiled for some time, there will be deposition of water. That is due to the formation of boiling enhances the oxidation. This is the oxidation process, Fe2 plus O2 plus H2O. This process will be enhanced when we boil the water. When we boil the water, there will be lot of deposit will be there. Then treatment, I will tell you about treatment. Increase the, what is best treatment? You may be able to gather that the best treatment is to oxidize iron. By using some methods just to oxidize the iron. After oxidization, it can be settled. It can be settled and sedimented and filtered. Such type of treatment can be done. Increase the pH of water by adding soot. The thing is that when the pH of the water increases, oxidation will be more. Oxidation will be very fast. When I was working in a laboratory, one person brought some water which is containing iron. What I did is, I just throw a handful of lime into it. Wherever the lime is fall, the color change. Because when the pH is increased by 1 degree, when the pH is increased by 1 unit, the oxidation will be increased by 100 units. The thing is that the pH should be high. When the pH is high, then only the oxidation will take place effectively. Aerate the water for oxidation to take place. Then, in order to accomplish this reaction, oxygen is required. What we can do is, first we increase the pH, then we can go for oxidation, then this conversion takes place. When this will be deposited, FeOH3 will be deposited, and the pH will be slightly reduced. I hope you are gathering that the pH will be slightly reduced because H plus ion, formation of H plus ion. And after that, we can use sedimentation, filtration, or any other methods to make the water suitable for drinking. Disinfection. After that, also we need to do the disinfection because iron containing water should always be disinfected. The reason is that in iron containing water, there is possibility for growth of iron bacteria. There are a wide variety of bacteria which is eating iron, which is eating and growing. And because of that reason, in some water, there will be an oily appearance on the top. The reason is the sublimation of the iron containing bacteria. It is so intensive. They may sometimes even close the pipe. The growth of iron bacteria is very predominant. Sometimes it may even close the pipe. Such happenings, I have seen such issues because iron is the very, very dangerous water quality problem. But we have not identified any serious health issues. For iron, we never noticed any serious health issues. Then simple method is this is a well. The well we can use for removal. Even the well we can use for removal of the iron. What we do is by using a bucket, bleaching powder, lime, and all the bleaching powder, lime. Bleaching powder also will increase the pH. Bleaching powder and lime will be thoroughly mixed in the top of the well. The reason is that, as I told you earlier, whenever we are treating iron, we have to see that chlorination should be done. Disinfection should be done. Otherwise, even after the treatment, there will be growth of iron bacteria. So what we can do is, we can mix the top of the well with the bleaching powder and lime thoroughly, and you can do it today. And by tomorrow morning, in most of the cases, the water on the top will be fine. Then you can raise the put valve and then we can pump. But after that, the treated water is over, again the same problem will come. People are doing it. Some people are doing in the evening they will do this business, and by morning they will be getting good water. And the same thing can be done in tanks. If you are having a tank, you can add some chemicals for pH correction. You can add some chemicals. Then we can wait for some time and it will get settled. But the thing is that it takes some 12 to 15 hours. For getting a reasonable settlement, it requires 12 to 15 settlement. Another question undo? Another? Kekam prayasa undo?
No, sir, no.
Clear alle? Indi veroru sambhavam undu. Another maatam vicharicha ini prashna undengil. Clear aanallo, okay. And there are a lot of companies which are selling iron removal filters. What they are doing is they are using the same principle. The principle which I have mentioned earlier. That is to increase the pH and then aerate. For small systems in our house and all, there is no need to aerate. It's not possible. Aeration and all those things are done for domestic big systems. Here, what we can do is even by adding some lime in your tank and waiting about 12 hours or 12 or 15 hours, that is slightly vary depending upon the type of water, then the iron will get settled. And there are also so many filtering methods, so many technologies are. This is such a technology. If you are telling a person who is delivering this type of filters, they will bring you and show this, and they will take the responsibility. And only thing is that we have to be very cautious because the treatment is not very well defined. Because if the pH is not properly increased, the oxidation may not take place properly, and the expected result may not be obtained. Then excess turbidity in some water, there will be turbidity. The reason is that because I am telling regarding the wells, the water quality in a well largely depends upon the soil surrounding the well. The reason is that when the rainfall comes, the rainfall will be, as I told you earlier, it will be collected in the aquifer, and when you pump from the well, the water will be rushed towards the well. If the surrounding soil is not good, naturally, it will be having turbidity. Treatment for turbidity is sedimentation, coagulation, filtration. Such type of conventional methods we have to go for. Even sedimentation, by keeping the water in a tank for a long time, it will get sedimented. Or you can add some coagulants, some alum. You might have heard that by adding alum treatment, coagulation is possible. Then we can use filtration also. Filters are available. Lot of filters are available. Then excess fluoride. We have already seen the bad effect of fluoride, but I have not explained the details about fluoride. Fluoride dissolves from the crust of the earth. Generally, it is coming from the crust of the earth. Fluoride presence will be more in water sample with a less calcium. If calcium is present more in the water, fluoride presence will be less because calcium is having an affinity for fluoride. So, if fluoride is getting dissolved from the crust of the earth means, and the water contains calcium means, this same type of reaction will take place. Reaction between calcium and calcium fluoride will be reacted and it will get deposited. In our state, Kerala, Alappuzha and Palakkad are having this type of problem. And what we are doing is, in many places, the government is supplying some kits. Treatment, the peculiarity of fluoride presence is, fluoride is not having any adverse effect on apparent effects like what we have seen in iron. This can be treated only for the drinking water and the cooking. Only for drinking and cooking. All the other taking bath, all the other purposes, fluoride is not having any problem. Fluoride presence will not show any apparent effect also. Domestic kit using activate alumina is suitable for removal of fluoride. Domestic kit using activate alumina is suitable. It is available. It costs about 3,000 rupees. And when you find that your water is containing fluoride means, you can use this kit, and it can be applied only for drinking water and cooking water. Equipment using the principles of reverse osmosis. That's also available in the market. Reverse osmosis based, a lot of filters are available. Fluoride will not, that already told you. Okay. Then this is the kit using active alumina. Nowadays, only few people purchase it, and its market is somewhat less nowadays because there are better methods than this. This reverse osmosis based equipment. In the market, as you are aware, we have a very big market for water treatment equipments. Many of those equipments are based on reverse osmosis. I hope it is available, it is familiar to you. Reverse osmosis means nothing but normally osmosis take place from water to concentrate. When the concentration is more, water will be absorbed towards it. But when you apply a higher pressure than osmotic pressure, osmosis takes place under pressure. And when you apply a higher pressure than osmotic pressure, reverse flow will take place. When the reverse flow takes place, there is a filter is there, permeable membrane is there. When it passes through the membrane, fluoride will be withheld here, and the fluoride will get removed. It's mainly used for removal of chloride. Mainly it is for removal of chloride is used, but even for other purposes it is used. And we will be having a discussion on the various types of water treating equipments. RO filter. This you can purchase from the market, and the cost will be some $20,000 like that. And it is depending upon the capacity, cost will vary. Organic pollution. Organic pollution occurs when large quantities of organic compounds. It's a very serious issue, especially in places where the density of population is very high. And there are so many other types of institutions or other types of establishments which discharge organic pollution. Organic pollution is a very serious issue, which act as substrates for microorganisms are released into the water source. Organic waste from people and their animals may also be rich in disease causing. Organic pollution will be there. Organic pollution is very much predominant. Organic pollution, one of the main important apparent effect of organic pollution is the water will become black. The color will become black. And also fish normally will not survive. Smell will also be bad. Whenever you see any well, any water source with or black color, you need to suspect that it is polluted with organic matter. Organic matter is a very serious issue. So I advise all the people that whenever you are testing water samples, you have to insist for testing chemical oxygen demand or biochemical oxygen demand. By testing chemical oxygen demand and biochemical oxygen demand, normally in our laboratories, we will be able to identify the presence of organic matter. Organic matter, whenever you are testing that, but that's a serious issue because testing the organic matter using chemical oxygen demand is a lengthy process, and BOD is still lengthy. So generally the laboratories hesitate to test COD and BOD. But if you want to know the actual position of your water, even though there is no apparent effect, there is no need of any black color. Even if there is no black color, if you feel, whenever you are testing the water sample, you should demand for testing the COD or BOD. Then organic pollution, the reason is organic pollution means intrusion of wastewater. This is black color, death of fish. Always, only these things already explained. Organic pollution is a very serious issue. And along with organic matter pollution, there may be other pollution also. Then presence of chlorine drinking water. All of you are aware that in coastal area, intrusion of seawater is a very common phenomenon. In that such cases, what happens is, in most of the wells in the coastal area may be having chloride intrusion. Chloride presence will be more because of the intrusion of seawater. Here, commonly used method for treatment is removal of chloride is reverse osmosis. The reverse osmosis is the most commonly used for removal of chloride mainly, but it can be used for the other purpose. Some RO units are being used in coastal area of Kerala. In many coastal area, some people are using RO process. And in Gulf and all, in Gulf and country, they are treating the seawater by using RO. Then this is the Heiben-Esberg equation. This is a part of the water source engineering. Here, what we are telling you, this is the ocean. Here, this is the fresh water, and this is the salt water. Fresh water should be there. If fresh water is not there, seawater intrusion will be more. Here, what I have established is that this is the line. You can see the sea level. Above the sea level, the height is HF. And there should be a height of 40 HF below. And all these should be fresh water. Then only the intrusion of seawater can be prevented. Same thing only, I have included in many places. This is such a practical unit, which I have told you earlier. This is such a practical unit. It is widely used. All over the world, it is widely used. This is such a unit in Jubail, Saudi Arabia. Such a unit is Jubail, 2,500 meter cube per hour. It's a big unit. It's in Jubail in Saudi Arabia. We are taking the figure of that. It's again, it's the same thing only. Then hardness. Hardness is caused by multivalent metallic cations, mainly calcium and magnesium. Deep water sources are generally hard. I have told you, I have shown you the picture. I requested you to remember this picture. When this process takes place, the bottom calcium and magnesium will be more. So when you are taking water from the bottom, normal hardness will be more. Deep water sources are generally hard. If topsoil is thick, hardness will be more. The meaning is that if this is thick, if the topsoil is thick, means production of carbon dioxide will be more. Then this reaction will be more intensive. And in such water samples, in such area, hardness will be more. Softeners are those equipment which remove calcium and magnesium are commonly used for swimming. There are many equipments, ion exchange is there, but normally it is easy to get from the market. This is mainly RO softness. Hardness will be more in deep water sources like borewells. Borewell, generally you might have experienced that in borewell, hardness will be more. To a certain extent, percent of hardness in drinking water is considered as good for heart disease. Because they have made some study in America or some countries. They have established that those who are taking hard water, heart disease are less. It is being documented in very famous books. The same thing only. Apparent effect means hardness means white deposit in boiling. When you see that when the water is boiled, there is white deposit. Immediately you can assess that water contains hardness. The reason is that on heating, calcium bicarbonate dissociate to form calcium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. Calcium carbonate, carbon dioxide, water on. Calcium carbonate is the white deposit. It's active the white deposit. Mainly the hardness is mainly caused by calcium bicarbonate. And when you are boiling it, the dissociate to form calcium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. And the calcium carbonate is the white deposit. This is the hardness removal softness. Softness are available. Softness are largely available. Here, what we are doing is when it is passing through this resin, calcium and magnesium is withheld. And after working it for a long time, it is to be washed with salt. Right. This is 2 units. If you want to purchase, you will be getting both the units together. And it's the market. We will be telling about the market in the coming slides. Growth of algae. In wells, water, we can see that in an open well, in the morning the water is good. And when the sunlight incident on it, the color changes. Such cases are there in many open wells where the sunlight is direct, having a direct access to the well. Water source gets polluted due to algae growth. It's algae growth. It's a mere algae growth. Algae is water plant which requires sunlight for survival. Algae is nothing but water plant. You can just imagine that you are constructed a tank in the top of your house. If you are not covering it, naturally what happens? After some 10 or 15 or 1 or 2 months, it will become fully muddy because the growth of algae. Some birds will come there. From the birds, they will get that seed of the algae. Algae starts growing because of the sunlight. Algae is merely a plant only. Treatment for algae growth is prevention of sunlight, chlorine or copper sulfate. What we can do is use sunlight. If sunlight is prevented, algae growth will not take place. Algae growth, change in water color after incidence of sunlight. Upon incidence of sunlight, growth of algae takes place since algae is a water plant. Then we will be seeing filters. We ourselves can make small filters. A lot of people are making their own filters. This is a simple filter. Here, what is top? It is fine sand. Sand is used for treating water, fine sand. Gravel in the bottom it is given. In the bottom we will be getting treated water. This is here we can pour the water. We will be getting. This will be shape. This can be sold in the market also. We can get lot of such filters in the market also. Then this is another such filter. Charcoal, sand, gravel. Charcoal or activated carbon is a good treatment method. This can be when the capacity of treatment is less, we can make our own treatment systems by just using these methods. It's also same thing. It's a commercial market. I will be just giving a brief account of the commercial market. The commercial market is very strong. There are a lot of companies which manufacture and sold water treatment equipments at the domestic level equipments. The commercial method, different types of veterinary models. Lot of models. There is heavy competition between them. Whenever you want any treatment system, whatever that I have shown you, you can get within a day. If it is near a city, everywhere everywhere they are having units and they will be selling. These are some of the companies. Kent is a very popular company. Harvest Max, Liverpool, Blue Star, AquaGuard, Purit, A.O. Smith, Water Doctor. So many. I am not giving any publicity about any companies. I have just given you some companies. That's all. This is a commercial equipment of water quality issues. Different types of equipments are available in the market. Some of these are. This is a pick-me filter, it is called. It's a pick-me filter. From this tank, it will be coming here. This is called a pick-me filter. You will be getting treated water. Then reverse osmosis drinking water system. So everything is available in the market. Whenever you are in need, you can just go to the market and tell them, or there will be a lot of phone calls, lot of publicity will be there. You can just go there, or if you tell them, they will bring it to your house and keep it. Then reverse osmosis system, which I have already mentioned. So many companies are manufacturing, and so many shops are available everywhere. Chinese is there. Again, harness I have already told you. Kent pre-filter. Kent is a popular company. RO filter, same thing only. What I am trying to tell you is that there are a lot of such systems, and many of the materials are imported, and it is having good quality. I am not fully recommending it. That if you when anybody is facing any problem, they can try for that. Harness removal, I already told you. Reverse osmosis. Even for iron removal, we have discussed iron removal. Some new methods are there. Iron removal, the fundamental principle is what I told you earlier. Fundamental principle is that we have to aerate the iron. We have to increase the pH by adding lime. We have to aerate the water, and by which the Fe3 plus will increase. Then we can settle it or filter. That is the basic principle of all the iron removal systems. So again, various types of iron removal system. Then we will discuss about strategy for water quality control. The strategy, we have to adopt a strategy. As I told you in the beginning, water quality issues are very, very serious all over the world. Some of the water quality issues are not apparent. For example, coliform, bacteria, fluoride, even chloride, there will be tasted with fluoride, arsenic, and those nitrate, and those things are not visible. And the strategy to be adopted in the coming scenario, we have to adopt a different strategy. One thing is that become conversant with the water quality of the area. We should have some idea about the water quality of the area. Adopt disinfection of drinking water. Whenever you are drinking water should be disinfected. Adopt testing of water sources. We have to, in case if you are having any doubt about the quality of the water, or you are staying in an area where there is a lot of water quality issues are there. There are a lot of agencies which are regularly testing water from the various wells. Here the central government water board is doing, state government water board is doing, Kerala Water Authority is doing. So many organizations are, because of these issues. Previously, the government of India has made an attempt to test almost all the water samples by using test kits. But the purpose is that we need to identify what I am trying to tell you is that you should be able to identify. If any of the apparent issues are there, you should be able to identify by hearing my presentation. And in other cases, you have to go for testing. At least once in a year, you just try to test it. Adopt testing of the proper maintenance of water sources. Proper maintenance. We have to use proper maintenance. And if you one thing I have forgotten, and we have to purchase treatment equipments. Either you need to adopt your own treatment equipment, or you need to purchase and adopt a treatment system for your family. Then one more thing is that I am telling regarding well maintenance. I hope most of you are having wells. Well maintenance is very, very important. Whenever we are constructing a well, as far as the state of Kerala is concerned, we have more than 50 lakhs of wells. And in many other states, it may be less. The well should be maintained. Maintaining of the well is a very serious issue. Whenever we are digging wells or bore wells, whatever it is, we have to keep it away from the polluting source. And also around your house should be in an environmentally hygiene condition. One of the main objective of your house is to maintain the water source effectively. The premise of the well should be hygiene and clean. Premises of the well should be hygiene. Whatever be the area, you are having only a small area. And in that small area, you are having well, and also you are having that septic tank you are having. And also you are having wastewater pit, solid waste pit, everything is there. And while planning the house and premises, we have to be very cautious that the well is in a protected area. Unused wells using dumping of waste is highly dangerous. You know that in our state or in our various places, there are a lot of unused wells are there. What is the issue with unused wells? Normally, the unused wells will be used for dumping of waste. You can just imagine a case. I have dug a well during March. I didn't get any water. So I have decided to use it for dumping of waste. But the issue is that even though there is no water in March, April, May, June, when the rainfall comes, the waste will be along with the groundwater. So it will pollute all the nearby sources. So unused well is a national policy. Unused wells should always be, there should not be any unused wells. All the wells should be under the strict control, and there should not be any unused well. It will pollute the groundwater. It will pollute the groundwater totally. Proper drainage around the well to avoid stagnation of water and intrusion into the well. Well should be having a proper drainage facility. There should not be any intrusion of water into the well. That is a basic concept. Whenever we are doing wells, we have to see that the well should be in a slightly elevated position, and there should not be any storage of water. If the water is stored, it will be intrude into the well, and that will spoil the quality of the well. Then this is a simple open well, say a simple well maintained by a person. Well maintenance. And whenever we are using, we have to see that use motor with the low discharge. The issue that I have seen that after construction of a well or construction of a house, what we do is we use a submersible pump. Actually, the requirement, the well is not very deep, but generally the people recommend to purchase a submersible pump. They will purchase submersible pump. The issue with submersible pump is that submersible pump is having high efficiency. So when it is pumping, the discharge towards the well will be more. So it will create a small trouble because when the flow towards the well is high, there is possibility for contamination. Yeah, because when the flow to the well is very speed of flow to the well is high, there is possibility to percolation of muddy water into the well. Avoid providing polluting sources near the well, especially upland. We have to be very cautious that in no case we should place the polluting source upland of the well. Upland, the reason is that from the upland there will be a flow towards the well. Almirah and Platinum. This is called Almirah and Platinum. This is called Almirah and Platinum. It should be there for all the wells. Almirah provide impervious platform and sidewall to reasonable depth of about 3 meters. If you want, you can just, if the area is not very healthy, you can provide the sidewall, you can provide to a lower depth. Rope and bucket not good. Because some people will contradict. Generally, there is a belief that rope and bucket are good. Because when those who are using pump, in addition to pump, people use rope and bucket. The issue is that when you are using rope and bucket, there is possibility for contamination. Because you are keeping the rope and bucket outside. And there is possibility to get it dirty. And when you are using the rope and bucket, if your hand is not clean, there is possibility for getting pollution into the well. And because of such a reason, some people have made some studies on this, and that people they have recommended not to use rope and bucket. Instead of that, you just use motor. And whenever you are using motor, we have to be very cautious that only small size motor. Let more time to take for pumping. Instead of taking 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you take 25 minutes. So that will be more safe. Well maintained. Avoid use septic tank. One of the important issues is that use septic tank or dispose of human excretion, especially in waterlogged area. In waterlogged area, the disposal of excretion is a serious issue. There you always use septic tank. Avoid incident of sunlight direct to the well, as it can cause growth of algae. Direct incidence of sunlight in the well may be avoided because there is possibility of growth of algae. Do not put footwall at the bottom of the well. Generally, the practice is to fix the footwall in the bottom of the well. Instead of that, use flexible hose, and so that footwall can be lowered or raised as per the fluctuation water level. When the water level is coming up, you can raise it. When water is going below, you can lower it. Cover the well to avoid entry of other materials and algae growth. It is better to cover the material, cover the well. Liquid waste to be disposed through soak pit so that there is no ingress of wastewater into the well. Liquid waste should be, one of the main core idea is that whenever we are using a house, you need an open water source. Well, sometimes if you are taking water from a water supply system, means the issue is not serious. One thing is that if you are having a well, you are having a septic tank, you are having a soak pit for disposal of wastewater, and you are also having some arrangement for solid waste disposal. All these things should be done in a environmentally hygienic manner so that the water source is not protected. There are many methods are there. Solid waste to be disposed through separation, cycling, recycling, and biodegradable process. Solid waste, everything. We have to take special care for the maintenance of well and surrounding. Here you can maintenance of house and surroundings. It's already somewhat discussed. You can just see one figure. This is just a figure of what I am telling. Here you can see that there is a house. The well is positioned in a separate area. All the waste are produced, waste sources are spaced separately, so that the well is protected. So let's simple, what we call environmental planning of house. Whenever we are planning a house, we have to use the environmental planning principles. So that is what I have explained. This is already explained. Then another idea about people say that whenever you are constructing buildings, there should be enough plants. There should be enough plants should be there around the house. The reason is that inside the house, due to a lot of activities, production of carbon dioxide is more. Production of carbon is high. So in order to absorb that carbon dioxide, we have to plant a lot of trees around the house. You are having a small area. You are having only a small area. But if you are tiling the complete area and keeping as such, means it is having an adverse effect. If you are, this is a primary requisite that you should plant trees around the house. Plants absorb portion of the wastewater during. It's also advantages for absorbing the wastewater. This is a typical example. One is eco-friendly house because there are a lot of trees. This is called eco-friendly house. This is eco-enemy house because the reason is that there are no plants nearby. Always you ensure absence of organic matter in the well or to avoid its ill effect. We have to see that always we have to be very cautious. That is why I told you earlier that whenever you are testing water, we have to see that the water is not having any presence of COD or BOD. If it is having presence of COD or BOD, it indicates the presence of organic matter. Along with organic matter, there can be a lot of other pollutants also. Liquid waste is to be disposed through soak pit so that there is no ingress of wastewater into the well. All of you may be familiar with the soak pit. Soak pit is nothing but a small construction. Whenever you are constructing a building or residence, we need to construct soak pit. Solid waste. Now again we will see so many things. It is not at over. Here, the classification of state based on water pollution potential. The state is classified based on water pollution potential, waterlogged area. This is typically applicable to Kerala state. Waterlogged area, coastal area, thickly populated urban area, thickly populated rural area, industrial area, geographically specific area, less polluted rural area. This is regarding Kerala. What is the speciality of waterlogged area? Why we say that waterlogged area is the most pollution potential, not potential, waterlogged area is having more chances of pollution. I will tell you the reason that we can explain with our figure. We can explain with our earlier figure. Here you can see topsoil. Topsoil means mainly the wastewater due to all the activities will be coming on the top. The top and almost all the wells will also be coming on the top. And if the water level is always be up to the top, if the water level is always up to the top means, and in this area we are disposing all our waste. If the water in a waterlogged area, the issue is that the water level will be up to the top. So whatever waste you are disposing in this area will be intruded into the well. If the water level is very low, there will not be any such issue. But thing is that when the water level is very low, the various minerals dissolved from the earth will be more. There are two cases. One is the top and the bottom. The top organic matter and other pollutants that we are discharged will be more. But at the bottom, many minerals dissolved from the crust of the earth will be more. That's the reason why I told you that in bore wells, iron, fluoride, chloride, all those things will be higher. But in open wells, in shallow open wells, there is possibility of organic matter and the pH will be low. The top, that's the reason why I told you that in open wells, 60% of the wells are having low pH. The reason is that in the top, only if this reaction takes place, this calcium carbonate plus carbonic acid plus calcium bicarbonate, only if this reaction takes place, the pH will increase. Once upon a time, I have encountered with a well where the depth is not very high, but the hardness is more. When we have gone deep into it, it is gathered that the top soil is more. The height of this topsoil is more. Because of this height is more, production of carbon dioxide is more, and the reaction takes place extensively. So the conversion is more. So what we have, the waterlogged areas are highly dangerous. Waterlogged areas are really dangerous. This is waterlogged area. Then next comes approximately, I have just classified based on the intensity of pollution. Waterlogged area, we have to be very cautious. We have to be more cautious for waterlogged area. The reason is that in waterlogged area, the possibility of organic pollution is more. Coastal area, the main issue is seawater intrusion. As I told you that when you are pumping more water from the coastal area, the intrusion will be more. In coastal area, the thing is that in coastal area, rainwater harvesting should be done more. There should be more rainwater harvesting. In that case, coastal area can be protected from intrusion. Then the other thing is thickly populated urban area, town cities. When you are staying in a thickly populated urban area, if you are getting sufficient water from water supply system, it is well and good. If it is not there, and if you are having only well, means there is possibility for pollution is more. So in thickly populated urban area, in many places like places in Kerala, where most of the panchayats are like towns. Thickly populated urban area means in urban area, now the scenario is that most of the wells have been polluted. A good number of the wells have been polluted organic matter. Thickly populated rural area also, the problem will be more. But compared to urban thickly populated, it is less. Industry area, it is also in industry area like Ernakulam and all, we have to be more cautious because the issue of the industry area, there is presence of heavy metals. Presence of heavy metals will be more because depending upon the area, depending upon the type of industry which discharge heavy metal, there is possibility more heavy metal. Then geographic specific area. In some area is having geographic specific. Some area is geographically specific. Especially in Palakkad, in Kerala state, I will just mention about Palakkad. In some area, the chloride content is more. Especially in Peruvembu, Attapadi, in some area, in some open wells, chloride content is more. That is due to the presence of saline soil. Out of all, the best is less populated urban area. Less populated urban area is the most suitable for water quality. And if you are staying in a house with 2 acres of land, you can easily maintain your water source in a pakka condition. This I think you are familiar with H2O, pH value, H2O is H plus or H minus, these things, because it's a very common water quality issue. It's a very, very important water quality issue. H2O means the reason for coming this negative, I will just explain you. H2O, the reason why we say that the pH value is very, very important. The reason is that H2O dissociates from H plus and OH minus. In any water, a small quantity of H2O will be dissociated from H plus and OH minus. The H plus ion is having a significant effect on the quality of the water. So, SPL Sorensen, a Danish chemist of the Carlsberg laboratory, defined as negative logarithm of H plus ion to the base 10 is Yes. And here, these things are familiar to you. And with this, I thank you already, all everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So now the session is open for any clarification and doubts.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, comment on RO water. Daily we are consuming about 2 liters of RO water.
RO water, what you
Can
what
we
you want to
drink?
know? RO water. Eh? Okay, definitely. You are
Doctor
asking
said,
about. Tell me.
some minerals are not available.
Yeah,
So it
that
is-
is not a that is not a serious issue. As far as the drinking water quality is concerned, we are not much bothered about such minerals. For example, I will just tell you one thing. You take 3 cases of water. One is rainwater. Other is water from a normal well. And the next one is water from a bore well. Which normally you prefer?
Hmm.
Normally people prefer water from the well, normal well. The reason is that it is having some minerals, but it is not a compulsory item. But generally we regard rainwater as the best. We consider rainwater as the best water. Rainwater is not having any mineral content. Mineral content is dissolved from the crust of the earth. Normally, we are getting medium mineral in an open well, but in the bore well, it will be more. There is no issue. There is no problem. We can. There is no such concept anywhere. That even if there is no mineral, don't bother. We are much bothered about the safety aspect of water. Okay, is it okay, sir?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Suppose we are taking hard water for long time. What will happen to our health?
That I have mentioned there, but the thing is that as per the study, what they say is hard water is good for heart disease. There is no adverse effect is not mentioned, but what they are telling, some scientists and some American scientists, they have made an extensive study. What they are telling is hard water is good for heart disease. Those who are continuously using hard water, they are deprived of heart disease. That is a present concept.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, usually we tell that the sunlight has got some power for disinfection. But
Okay.
you are telling that the well have to be covered properly, so and there should not be direct entry of sunlight into the well water.
And the thing is that it is true that sunlight is having UV ray. UV ray sunlight will be able to kill some microorganisms. But in the case of killing microorganisms, we want to ensure that all the microorganisms are killed. There should not be any remaining. So that was the previous concept. And another thing is that in a well, you may not be getting that much of sunlight. Only sunlight is having some ability to disinfect, but it is not regarded as a serious issue. Now, why we are telling is that lot of people are making lot of studies on wells, and if the well is open, one serious issue is that sunlight will be directly inciding on the well. Means there is possibility of algae growth. And there is possibility of some bears will be there sitting on the side of the well. Such issues are there. Generally, now the concept is that you can keep it covered. And I will tell you one thing: in the case of bore well, it is below the earth. There is no contact with air or UV or anything like that. But still we consider some of the bore water is good. It is the present concept is you can cover the well, you can avoid sunlight, but you can ensure the entry of air or aeration.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. So, any more clarification required? Any doubts are there? You can please share. Otherwise, we'll be switching on to the feedback part. If any of you like to share the feedback about this session, you can please comment on it. I would like to invite Basil sir from GPDC Kodamangalam for giving a few words regarding the session and in general also.
Are you audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good evening all. Thank you, Suraj sir, for your informative and a wonderful section regarding water quality and water treatment methods. This time is very important for us. Many pandemic are facing. Rainy seasons are coming also. Flood also we are facing.